Ayubovan.
Ayubovan. We warmly welcome you all to today's Global Peace Meditation. I'm Sanara.
And I'm Tiara, and we will be your compares for today. As we speak, we sit on the silver lining between childhood and adulthood.
We stand as the bridge between the past and the future of our planet.
We have been a part of Vishwaniketan's spiritual journey for as long as we can remember.
From the tender age of 5, Vishwaniketan's spiritual programs have inspired us to serve a purpose larger than ourselves.
Today, this program is presented to you by Vishwaniketan International Peace Center of Sri Lanka, the spiritual arm of the Sarvodaya Shramadana movement, the largest people's organization in Sri Lanka. On behalf of Vishwaniketan and Sarvodaya, we would like to welcome you all to Seize the Fire with Love, a virtual global meditation in collaboration with Association for Global New Thought in California, the Agape International Spiritual Center in Beverly Hills, the Aethria Society in Los Angeles, Spirit Rock Meditation Center in California, Cambridge Insight Meditation Center, Insight Meditation Society, Insight Meditation Community of Washington, Insight Meditation Center of Newburyport, and all leading spiritual and meditation centers in the United States. Now, more than ever before, our humanity is facing unimaginable crises at both national and international levels. The fire has been ignited mostly by the hatred-driven activities of humans. If we are to survive this explosive turmoil, we must create a world in which we can live in, rather than a world we must struggle to survive in. The simple yet infinitely powerful ingredients needed to hose down the fire are the ones every human is born with: loving kindness, compassion, altruistic joy, and equanimity are seeds of peace that are embedded within us at birth. I now invite Dr. Barbara Fields, the Executive Director of Association for Global New Thought California, to introduce Dr. A.T. Ariyaratne.
We all human beings, all the humanity are member of same human family. Nationality, religious faith, or color, or rich and poor, or educated or uneducated, or even handicapped or people, disregard, all are same human being, all have a basic right, and we one of them. So therefore, humanity as a one body, so therefore others' problem is also my problem. So therefore, in order to achieve sort of happy life myself, I have to take serious sort of consideration about others' welfare. If the rest of the people, rest of the humanity happy, peaceful, then all individuals will get a benefit. So the taking care of others is not just holy or something, what's it,
ethical.
Just pure ethical, but it is something relevant for one's own welfare or one's own happiness.
We're grateful to His Holiness, the Dalai Lama of Tibet, for those prophetic words. Now it is my honor to introduce Dr. A.T. Ariyaratne. He is the founder and the president emeritus of the Sarvodaya Shramadana movement of Sri Lanka, a grassroots humanitarian organization based on the concept of sharing labor, thought, and energy for the awakening of all. Dr. Ari thinks of the Sarvodaya movement as an implementation of Buddha's teachings for sustainable development and peace. He has demonstrated in practice how the teachings of the Buddha could be applied to the advancement of spiritual, moral, cultural, social, economic, and political life in the community. For over 63 years, Sarvodaya has continued its service as the largest non-governmental movement in Sri Lanka, and Dr. Ari has received many national and international awards in recognition of his commitment to the nation and its people. Many of us here today know Dr. Ari and have seen that his entire family is a living embodiment of this work. Let us now welcome him with all our love and respect.
Thank you, Barbara, very much for that introduction. Thank you, Tiara. Thank you, Sanara. I think the effort we are making today, which happens to be the UN Day of Happiness are here, I think a historic event. I think a new trend we have to create in the world if we are to survive. Today's situation is few people who have the power to destroy, power to control others by wielding the power they have because of their wealth, are dominating the world. The most recent happening is in Ukraine, where Russians have to be confronted with people, ordinary people. Thousands and thousands of them fled the country. They are in great sorrow and fear, and others remaining within the country are undergoing the same kind of suffering. Though this may be the most recent persuasion for Sarvodaya Vishniketan International Meditation Center, with the help of so many others to launch on this, still almost all the other countries in the world have large numbers, sometimes going into millions, of people who are undergoing great suffering, living in fear, and at the same time they are in great sorrow. Sometimes their relatives and parents or children are dead. Others are injured. We have to stop this. For that, we have a powerful weapon with us. It's a non-violent weapon. That's our mind. So when we talk of meditation, meditation is directly connected with the mind and the mindfulness. People think happiness comes from satisfying the five senses. You have things you like to see and enjoy, hear and enjoy, smell and enjoy, eat and satisfy your tongue, and with the touch satisfy your contacts. All this is not happiness. Happiness is the opposite of this. If we can satisfy our five senses without greed, without causing any anger, without ignorance, I think that may be our path to happiness. That's why we are using meditation as an instrument to fight forces that have destructive weapons at their disposal. So this meditation is not only for people who suffer in this country I refer to and other countries, But it is also for everybody, even those who control big armaments, including the nuclear weapons. I think ignorance leads people in a wrong direction. We know that ignorance leads to volitions, and these volitions create consciousness, and consciousness create the name and form duality, body and mind. It creates the six senses. These sensory spheres get attached to various things, and this craving continues as clinging, becoming. That means you have entered the cycle of births and deaths in this never-ending samsara, which leads to birth, death, old age and death. We have to reverse this process, overcome ignorance. To overcome ignorance, we take to meditation. So now we will have a few minutes of meditation. For those who are practicing meditation, I don't have to tell them how to sit or anything like that. They can get into their usual posture and join the meditation. But I am telling the novices, those who are joining for the first time this global meditation, please find a place where you can sit comfortably. Keep your back straight and also your head straight. Close your eyes. Keep your right hand on your left hand. Look at your body from head to foot. Look at the forehead region, middle region in the face, lower part of the face, neck region, your shoulders, your upper part of the chest, rest of the chest, stomach, legs. Look at the whole body from head to foot, foot to head. Relax. Relax. Relax your body. My body is relaxed. Every cell in my body, every molecule in my body, every organ in my body is well and relaxed. My body is fully relaxed. I want my mind to be relaxed. Now I turn myself to my mind. I want to have a mind that is totally relaxed. For that I start with meditation on my breathing. Bring your mind to the tip of your nostrils. Observe how the breath comes in, how the breath comes out, how you breathe in, breathe out. Observe carefully, breathing in and breathing out. Breathing in and breathing out. Sometimes the short breaths come, short breaths go out, long breaths come, long breaths go out. You breathe in with your whole body. We breathe out with your whole body. Your mindfulness slowly grows and you have a full control of your body and mind. With a relaxed body, And with a relaxed mind, extend both your body and mind, loving kindness. In the same way, my body is free from any kind of illness. May my mind be free from any kind of ill will, any kind of hatred, any kind of ignorance, any kind of craving. May my mind be free from all craving, all kinds of clinging, and all kinds of becoming which keep me in this life of suffering. Looking at your breathing in and out, try to extend that loving kindness to your body and mind first. Think of those who are nearest and closest to you. Maybe the parents, maybe wife or husband, maybe children, maybe friends, whoever they are. Think of their body to be healthy. Wish that their mind to be healthy, mind to be free from ignorance. When you are free from ignorance, then only you can be free from volitions, consciousness, mind, body, six sense perceptions, sensations and greed. You can be free from all this, then only happiness comes. Then only true happiness comes. May I be free from ignorance. May everybody who are meditating with me today, globally, let all of us extend loving kindness first to our own body and mind, then loving kindness to our closest and the nearest people, then loving kindness to everybody in our neighborhood, in our community, in our country, globally. May we extend our loving kindness to all people in the world. All living beings in the world, may they be well and happy. May they be well and happy. May they be free from ignorance. May they be free from craving. May they be ignorant. May they be free from any kind of enmity, any resort to violence. We are living in a world with high communication systems, highly advanced. That is how millions of us all over the world today have got connected through communication technology, and we are extending our loving kindness to one another and creating a critical mass. May this critical mass of spiritual consciousness, may this critical mass of loving kindness, together we create so many organizations, so many who have planned this, so many who have contributed for this, so many who are responsible for this. May this loving kindness reach every human mind and heart, so that nobody is going to harbor any ill will towards another person. Let no power, however big they are, think that they have a right to destroy even a single human being. Let them reject violence once and for all. Let all those who have control of weapons, destructive weapons, small or big. Let their minds be free from any kind of hatred, ill will, and any thought of using violence. May they all be non-violent in their words, in their deeds, and in their thought. May the entire world be absorbed in a big wave of non-violence which we are releasing. Let the critical mass of spiritual consciousness, let the critical mass of loving kindness today we are releasing reach the minds and hearts of those who are in power, so that they'll never use any armaments to harm anybody in this world. At the same time, may the ordinary people think that they have this power, the power of the mind. Mind is the greatest. Mind is the foremost. Mind is the most powerful faculty we have. Imagine thousands of us, hundreds of thousands of us all over the world bring together our collective loving kindness together to build itself into a critical mass of loving kindness. This force can penetrate the minds and hearts of everybody else, and they will also take to non-violence. Therefore, nobody will take up arms against anybody else. Nobody will accumulate wealth when other people are starving. Instead, they will practice beneficence. What we started with, four characteristics that every human being should have. Number one, loving kindness. Now which we have started from ourselves, our families, our neighborhood, and to the entire living world we have extended our loving kindness. And that loving kindness, we are building it into a critical mass so that everybody will convert their loving kindness to compassionate action. They will go in search of those who are suffering in their neighborhood, maybe in the places where there are conflicts now, or anywhere. If people are suffering, if people don't have their basic human needs met, let us reach them and help them in whatever way we can. So our loving kindness we can convert into compassionate action. And this compassionate action will give us a detached joy, joy of living in the service of others. This dispassionate altruistic joy is incomparable to any other joy you get, any other happiness you get by satisfying the five senses. Some people will think in this materialistic world, they will think that, oh, we should gather as much material things as possible. We should not share them with others. In that manner, there will be people who despise this kind of thought. There will be others who will praise us and say, this is what we have to do. Accept both these things with equanimity. Equanimity, and to awaken our personalities, loving kindness, compassionate action, getting altruistic joy and equanimity are necessary. If these four factors we developed, that helps us to awaken our personality and to awaken the entire world. World awakening can come only if a vast majority of people, in other words, majority of humanity develop mindfulness. We call it sati in Pali. Mindfulness. We should develop mindfulness as a factor for awakening. Then investigating factor, effort. Then we have the altruistic joy we get by that. Then we have equipoise, equanimity. Then we have samadhi, concentration, and we have equanimity. If we can awaken, if we can have these 7 factors of awakening, then to that extent the humanity will progress. Throw away the weapons. Don't think of using not nuclear weapons, but even a simple weapon to injure any other human being. Instead, there can be loving kindness. We should fill up, we should saturate our minds and hearts with loving kindness. Then all of us should practice this daily, every morning and evening, as we get up in the morning, as we go to bed in the night. We can practice the meditation of loving kindness. Look at your breath and bring about solemnity in the mind and body. Then extend the loving kindness from yourself to the ones, loving ones nearest to you. Then extend it to the neighborhood, each country and the world. May every living being be unharmed, well and happy. Then when with this loving kindness, automatically our needs become simple. We don't go for luxury living. We will live a simple life where our needs are satisfied, but we'll never give in to greed. Now bring your mind to breathing in and out again. Keeping the mind there, think of what I have been saying. Think of this meditational process. Think that you are getting linked with thousands and thousands of others in other parts of the world. So communication technology, which is now being used for other purposes, we are using it to create a new thought, create a new power, create a new civilization. We can do it. We can do it much more than those who wield nuclear power. We, the ordinary people, should realize that there is no power comparable to our mind, power of our mind. Therefore, let the power of our mind be collectively harnessed. As I said before, to become a critical mass. This critical mass of non-violent spiritual consciousness can put an end to the violent world we have today. We can seize fire with love. So Vishwaniketan Meditation Center, guided by Dr. Charika Marzinga, You are doing a great service to the humanity as a whole by releasing this loving kindness, harnessing the loving kindness, and then trying to influence the minds and hearts of all human beings on this planet. Thank you very much for this opportunity given to me.
Thank you, Dr. Ari, for guiding us through that tranquilizing meditation. I now invite featured Ms. Utpala Gajamana to share with us a sitar performance. Thank you, Ms. Utpala, for that mesmerizing performance. I now invite Reverend Dr. Michael Beckwith, the founder and spiritual director of Agape International Spiritual Center, to share with us a blessing.
Peace and blessings, family. It is my joy and my honor to participate once again with my brother, A.T. Ariyaratne, as he's provided us a powerful meditation to cease the fire with what? With love. I had the privilege of facilitating with him a million persons meditation a number of years ago, and to visit with him to embrace the vibration of compassion. And whenever A.T. Ariyaratne calls, I answer. This is Michael Beckwith, the founder of the Agape International Spiritual Center, located here in Los Angeles with satellites around the globe. So today, you've just completed a meditation around the ceasefire. And what I want you to know is that you have a say-so in the way humanity unfolds. You have a say-so in what's next in the unfoldment of our species. You have a say-so in the ceasefire. You see, the next stage of evolution comes from a stabilized state of oneness and love. And when enough people come together and are harmonizing along that state of consciousness, then the next stage emerges. You can't have the next stage unless there is a stabilized state. So I'm inviting all of us to continue to stay in the state of love, that state of unity, that state of peace. Let us have a ceasefire within our own soul, a ceasefire where we are degrading ourselves, not embracing what the presence has created in its own image and likeness as each and every one of us. We want to have a ceasefire where we are judging, condemning, holding resentment towards other people around the planet. We want to allow the ceasefire to begin within our own consciousness. And then 1 by 1, 2 by 2, 10 by 10, more and more and more exponentially, we hold a state of love. And then what happens? The emergence of the next stage of our human development shows up. Innately, there is love here. Innately, there is beauty in you. Innately, there is joy. Innately, there is peace. It's loaded and coded within your very being. But it must be activated and then stabilized and sustained so that the emergence can take place. This is what we're all about, individually and collectively. I want you to feel into what AT has led us into. I want you to feel into what I'm saying to you right now, so that we become a vibrational blessing on this planet at this time in human history and beyond, so that the meditative state of oneness that we activate within ourselves, we have a say-so. It allows us to have a say-so in what's happening all around the world. Why is that? Because consciousness is everywhere. And your insight into unity right this moment, your ceasing fire of resentment and unforgiveness and animosity right this moment affects us all on this planet. As it is stated, a butterfly flapping its wings in one part of the world affects the environment in another part of the world. So our stopping today, as we did, and on a regular basis, is affecting the entire planet. We have a say-so in what unfolds. Not external authority figures, not presidents and potentates and dictators and politicians. That's called pseudo-power. The real power is our consciousness of oneness. And when it's activated, then we have the say-so for the unfolding of peace on this planet. Because what I want you to know is that peace is everywhere. Love is everywhere. Beauty is everywhere, except where it's being suppressed by a limited perception. So what we have done today and what we will continue to do is expand our perception, because it is the perception of wholeness that is the consciousness that heals. It was spoken by Dr. Ernest Holmes. It is the perception of wholeness that is the consciousness that heals. So as we expand our perception, stabilize the state, we become luminous radiance. And the word spoken has the say-so as to how humanity unfolds. You are not powerless. You're not a victim. There's so much power in you, but you have to embrace the authority that you have to stay in a state of unity. And then everyone around the globe will benefit from it. This is truth. So Dr. A.T., bless you for the work that you have done for decades. thank you for the invitation for me, my Agape International Spiritual Center family, and others that are sponsoring this event to be a part of this moment in which we are saturating the noosphere with the vitalizing presence of the spirit of love and of harmony and of peace, and calling forth the ceasefire all over the globe where wars and rumors of wars are happening. Let's be about this. We just stop for a moment and we give thanks to the great God of the universe, called by many names, the great presence of love and beauty and intelligence. We allow ourselves to be so grateful that we are awake, aware, and alive, that we feel a deep sense of unity as we recognize that this presence is everywhere. We feel our oneness with this presence. And the very word that is being spoken is a law unto itself that only knows its own unfolding, spoken with the authority of one knowing that all that there is truly a manifestation of the only thing that is, and the all that there is a harmonious unfolding of a glorious destiny for humanity. Anything that would hinder this is dissolved into the no-thingness from which it has come never to exist again, and we are free to celebrate the next stage of humanity's unfolding as our state of love is now integrated, embodied, and stabilized. God bless this planet. God bless all sentient beings. God bless everyone. Peace is here now through us. I give thanks for this and allow it to be so. Therefore, I can say unequivocally, and so it is. As you open your eyes, now, so be it. Let peace begin.
Thank you so much for your blessings, Reverend. They were a much-needed source of healing during these trying times. We would now like to share with you all a song written by Dr. Ari many, many years ago during the peace marches held in Sri Lanka.
स्वभाव शक्ति सजीव शक्ति विश्व धर्म शक्ति मित मुदिता गुण चित्त वेदरी स्वस्ति सिद्धि जयतु जयतु स्वस्ति सिद्धि जयतु स्वभाव शक्ति सजीव शक्ति विश्व धर्म शक्ति मित मुदिता गुण चित्त वेदरी स्वस्ति सिद्धि जयतु जयतु स्वस्ति सिद्धि जयतु අහස පොළොව ඉර සඳ තරු තුරුලිය දෙව් බඹ මිනිසුන් නඟන සරින් අහස පොළොව ඉර සඳ තරු තුරුලිය දෙව් බඹ මිනිසුන් නඟන සරින් හද තුල එක් වී මහ සවියක් වී සාම කිරණ ජනනි ජනනි ස්වස්ති සිද්ධි ජයතු සිරි දලදා සිරි මහ බෝරන් මැලි මහ සෑමා සමිඳුන් සවියයි සිරි දලදා සිරි මහ බෝරන් මැලි මහ සෑමා සමිඳුන් සවියයි හද තුල එක් වී මහ සවියක් වී සාම කිරණ ජනනි ජනනි स्वस्ति सिद्धि जयतु स्वभाव शक्ति सजीव शक्ति विश्व धर्म शक्ति मित मुदिता गुण चित्त वेदनी स्वस्ति सिद्धि जयतु जयतु स्वस्ति सिद्धि जयतु महारामय किरिवेरद मे गुणगिरि हडु सै सवियय नागदीप कैलरिय सिरि समनल गिरिहिस सै सिरिपा सवियय हद तुल एक्वी महासवियक्ति साम किरण जननी जननी स्वस्ति सिद्धि जयतु स्वभाव शक्ति सजीव शक्ति विश्व धर्म शक्ति मित मुदिता गुण चित्त वेदनी स्वस्ति सिद्धि जयतु जयतु स्वस्ति सिद्धि जयतु स्वभाव शक्ति सजीव शक्ति विश्व धर्म शक्ति मित मुदिता गुण चित्त वेदनी स्वस्ति सिद्धि जयतु जयतु स्वस्ति सिद्धि जयतु स्वस्ति सिद्धि जयतु जयतु स्वस्ति सिद्धि जयतु स्वस्ति सिद्धि जयतु जयतु स्वस्ति सिद्धि जयतु स्वस्ति सिद्धि जयतु जयतु स्वस्ति सिद्धि जयतु
I have listened to that song many times over, and to this day, each word sung continues to hold an unexplainable power and emotion. I now respectfully invite Bhante Vimala, the author of the famous book Lessons of the Lotus, to chant the Karaniya Metta Sutra, the discourse on loving kindness preached by the Supreme Buddha.
Thank you, Sanara. I'm delighted to join two of my very special, very good friends who I have known for a long time, Dr. Michael Beckwith and Dr. Ariyaratne. I always appreciate the extraordinary, the exemplary life Dr. Ariyaratne has lived, and his leadership strength and the leadership qualities. I want to wish you good health and long life, Ariyaratne Mahate. Thank you, Dr. Charika Marasinghanolan, for inviting me to chant Karaniya Metta Sutra, to evoke blessings in this very special occasion. We chant this sutra, which is uttered by the Buddha with a compassionate heart, to share the warmth of love and generate healing energy. May the power of these sacred words bring peace and healing to those who are affected by the current global conflicts and natural disasters. May there be peace, love, and harmony in this world. May all living beings be free from pain and suffering. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Karaniya matta kusalena yantang santang padang abhisamecca sakho ujuca sujuca suaco cassa mulu anatimani santussako ca subharo ca appakicho ca sallauka utti Santindriyo ca nipako ca appagabho kulesu ananugidho naca kuddhang samacare kinci yena vinyu pare upavadeyung Sukhino va khemino hantu sabbe satta bhavantu sukhitatta Yeke cipana bhutatti tasava thavarava anavasesa Digava ye mahantava Majjima rasa kanukatula Dithava eva additha Yecha dure vasanti avidure Bhutava sambhavesi va Sabbe satta bhavantu sukhitatta Neparo parang nikubheta Jnati manyeta kattatinang kanchi Bhyarosana patigha sanya Jnanya manyasa dukkha michaya Matayata niyang puttang Ayusa eka putta manurakhe Evampi sabba bhutesu Manasam bhavaye aparimanam Mittanca sabbha lokasmin Manasam bhavaye aparimanam Udang adhoca tiriyanca Asambadhang averang asapatang Tithang charang nisinno va Sayano va yavatassa vigatamindu Etang sating adittheya Brahmametang viharang idhamahu Dithincha anupagamma silava Dasanena sampanno Kamesu vinaya gedhang Nahi jatu gabhaseyang punaretiti Etena sacca vajjena dukkha upasamentu te Etena sacca vajjena bhaya upasamentu te Etena sacca vajjena rogha upasamentu te Bhavatu sabbha mangalam rakhantu sabbha devata Sabba buddhanubhavena sada sotti bhavantu te Bhavatu sabbha mangalam rakhantu sabbha devata Sabba dhammanubhavena sada sotti bhavantu te Bhavatu sabbha mangalam rakhantu sabbha devata Sabba sanghanubhavena sada sotti bhavantu te
Thank you so much, Bhante. I would now like to share a short poem with you I wrote based on how the world stands today. Seize the fire with love. As the fires of hate engulf the earth, humans forget how much a life is worth, and shadows of greed wipe out the light, while all that prevails is a futile fight. As we sit and watch the chaos unfold, we must ask ourselves, why must we be so cold? Why let the endless need for more result in lost lives and bitter war? Now the earth sheds her tears, tears of pain she's held for years, the tears that reflect a humankind that keeps the greed of power and wealth in mind. So take this chance to wander free, sing of love, hope, and equality. Light the torches of eternal peace and let the flames of hate come to cease. Put down every weapon so no life will be threatened. Wash out the fires of hate and hostility and ignite the torches of compassion in humanity. We may not be together geographically, but look around, we've come so far. Our thirst for peace has brought us where we are. So let loving kindness, compassion, altruistic joy, and equanimity be the silencers of war. Thank you.
Thank you all for joining us on this journey today. A special thank you goes out to the Global New Thought Association in California, Agape International Spiritual Center in Beverly Hills, the Atheist Society in Los Angeles, Spirit Rock Meditation Center in California, Cambridge Insight Meditation Center, the Insight Meditation Society, Insight Meditation Community of Washington, Insight Meditation Center of Newburyport, and all leading spiritual meditation centers in the United States for supporting us at today's event. We would also like to extend our thanks to Mr. David Caparo, Dr. Harsha Jayatilaka, and Mr. Richard Flyer for being here with us today.
Thank you everyone for joining today's virtual Global Peace Meditation. We hope you will continue to shower the world with love and peace, even through small acts of loving kindness to bring happiness and solace to the currently ailing world.